Hello, this is a beautiful day today. Yes, and this is Charity Warimo Ngugi-Latz, and I'm talking to you all the way from Germany. And today I want to talk about a very interesting subject, and this is the subject of stalking. And I'm going to talk about it in relationship to domestic violence, and not about in relationship to domestic violence where it concerns siblings or it concerns elderly people, but domestic violence where it concerns or in another name known as intimate relationship abuse. That is where it is two people who are involved with one another. And I want to define what is stalking according to the research that I did, and says, stalking is unwanted and or surveillance by an individual towards another person. So it is an unwanted, it's something that you don't want, and somebody is doing it, that they are doing a surveillance on you. And these stalking behaviors are interrelated to harassment and intimidation. I'll clarify that in a few minutes. And they may include following the victim or the person and monitoring them. But before we go much further, I would please request you to subscribe, press the button and subscribe so that when we talk about these intimate subjects that are happening to us on a daily basis, even if not to us, but around us in our neighborhoods, amongst our friends, and things we read in the newspaper. So and so was killed, but the person had been stalking them. It had been reported, she or he kept on reporting that so and so has been stalking them. And so, what again, we come back to what is stalking. We see it's our behaviors which are related to harassment and intimidation. And here we are talking about two very close people, either people who were married before. And usually this, we are now going to talk, when we're talking about stalking, it means that this relationship is already broken. There's either some separation or there's divorce already in process, but usually it happens when there's separation, or if it was even in a dating process. It could have been a dating process of a few weeks or a few months, and somebody just decides to harass you. They decide you're their sole partner. They want you back. They decide to harass you. They either want you back or they are on a vengeance. They say that if somebody else cannot have you, if they cannot have you, then nobody else can have you. That is stalking. And how this stalking happens, it happens in the form of what we're talking about, harassment. That is, by harassment is where somebody finds you and they demeans you. They either abuse you, they humiliate you in public because they can start shoving you, or they can start shouting at you, but what is very, very, very tragic about this kind of harassment is that they put fear in you. Deep inside you, you feel you are in danger because this harassment could happen in this, like you are in a matatu, in a vehicle, in the bus, and suddenly this person is in the same bus with you. One time can be a coincidence, but when it happens often, nearly every day, if you're not meeting them in the bus, you decide to pass by the supermarket. In the supermarket, you're colliding with them on the alley of the inside the supermarket. Or you're standing at the stage waiting for your bus and you find them there. You are in your car, and the next time when you look on the right and you see the next driver in the next car is this particular your ex-boyfriend, ex-lover, ex-husband, ex-wife. Because, by the way, this harassment works with a lot of people. Then there are those harassers who, even after you leave them, they start coming in your house. They can come in your house and knocking at different hours of the night, ringing at, calling you at odd hours of the night, harassing you, writing SMSs on your phones, and very rude ones abusing you, either abusing you or they are begging you or they are again abusing you. They don't give you any peace. You have no peace. Now the good news is, and this is what most people do not know, people take it lightly. They talk about it. They say, I am scared, but you know what? These days I'm walking around with pepper spray, or you know what? I'm going to. No, no, no. This actually, they have already, stalking is like a physical assault. Actually, you are supposed to go and report it to the authorities, because a lot of deaths that happen between intimate partners, there has been stalking. Before this, when there's the relationship, I'm talking about relationship where there's a breakup or there's a separation for some time, and that person is usually told, is usually told to keep away from you, or you have both of you agreed to give each other time to come back to your senses and see whether it is you can rescue this relationship, or if not, you'll have a talk at some later date, but you need each other to give each other space. But the person won't give you space. You go out into the parking lot, they're standing there. Sometimes they talk to you, sometimes they start approaching you, sometimes they don't. It doesn't matter in whatever way they are doing it, but you know there is a threat on your life. Then it is important, very, very, very important, to go and report it to the police station. Any kind of calls that they are keeping on calling on you, and you block the number, you get another number somehow or other, they find out the number from you because you share friends, and they keep on calling you. You are supposed to report this to the police stations, because what happens is most abusers actually, except unless they are totally sick, most abusers actually are also cowards. So they don't like anywhere where it will come out that they have been following you amongst their friends, because they are very proud people, you know. So they wouldn't like this. And at the same time, they are scared of authority. Anybody who usually harasses another person so much is usually a coward. Their bravery is only upon this particular individual who they have had enough control. They have harassed them to the last minute until this person has taken off. So what happens is that if they know that the authorities are aware, then they will be at least more cautious. They might let you off, and eventually they might just meet somebody else and leave you alone. But if you don't report it, because they will know you have not reported, because if you report it, actually the police do get in touch with them. It doesn't matter in whatever country. It's something which has been now identified as a criminal offense. Stalking. Yes, stalking is a criminal offense. And how is it defined? It is unwanted contact between two people that directly or indirectly communicates a threat or places the victim in fear and can be considered as stalking. So anything that is considered a threat or places the particular victim in fear is a criminal offense. So with all those few words, I wanted to talk about this topic because I've witnessed a lot of deaths. We've read about it on the newspapers. You probably, as I am talking right now, know of such a case. So what do? Take it more seriously. Stalking is a threat, and it plays on the mental. What it will happen is that it will make you paranoid, it will make you live in fear, it will make you maybe even lose your job, because you might be so scared, and if you're not reporting, because there's something about when somebody is a victim of domestic violence, they tend to keep everything like a secret, instead of even discussing such a thing with your boss, so that in case there's a chance of a transfer, you could be transferred to another city or another town. Yes, you can talk to your boss, especially if you have got records from the authorities, from the police stations. You can use this, and also you could even tell your biggest brothers, if you have got friends. If you are a lady, you could talk to, you have, I'm sure, some men friends, just good brotherly friends. Tell them so that within sometimes they can escort you. And so this person sees you 1, 2, 3 times with them, and then they will start laying off. But don't take it lightly. The best thing is to report it. And now the next time we'll be talking about different types of topics, everything that is always connected with domestic violence and the dangers. We have seen how many deaths are ending. I mean, a lot of separations of domestic violence right now are ended up in war. People just have gone crazy about killing. I don't have you to myself, I kill you. I have no control over you, I kill you. You are no longer mine, I kill you. And even women are doing it on men. But of course, we know most of the cases is men against women. But that is not the case. It doesn't matter a man or a woman, and especially with our young people, they should learn to know what is a healthy relationship so they keep away from stalkers. And when they realize there is a stalking, they can actually talk to their parents, talk to their elder siblings, their brothers or their uncles or aunts, and say, so and so is harassing me. We were friends, but we are broken up, but they're always waiting on me and they're forcing me into this relationship again. I'm talking about teenagers, and because these days people are having a relationship at a very young age. Even it doesn't mean about the sex. I'm talking about relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, these kind of ideas. And it's a high time that we face reality. We don't brush off, and we don't take anything very lightly. And if our child tells us they are scared, we should take note of that. And thank you very much for your time. And don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments there and tell me what you'd like me to discuss next. Thank you.